Welcome back, everyone, here to Bronx Talks. Today, got a very special video for you guys. We are going to be going over the Yankees leadoff options for the 2023 season. And it's kind of interesting because the Yankees don't really have a set leadoff guy right now. And we kind of saw it like second half of last year or a big part throughout last year's season. They never really had like a dead set leadoff guy, and it was kind of mix and matching. So it's going to be interesting to see if the Yankees get a dead set leadoff guy this season. In season priors, it's always been DJ LeMahieu. But, with DJ's injury concerns and, DJ's more in that utility role now. And DJ probably can't be in the lineup every single day just because the Yankees have a lot of different players filling up a lot of positions. So it's hard to, mix and match. But we're going to be talking about the Yankees leadoff options for the 2023 season. Christian, what do you got?
Yeah, I think DJ is probably the first guy that comes to mind, but I'll say this. I don't even know if he's going to be starting on opening day. So I think there's really two or three kind of obvious options. Although two guys that are kind of out there, Judge and Rizzo. Now, we saw Judge last year, although he was trying to break the record and they're trying to get him as much at bats as possible. However, baseball, it's kind of moving in the direction of have your best hitter get as many at bats. I think the two spot is still the best spot for Judge because I want him coming up with at least one guy on base.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised, Ryan. And Rizzo, kind of similar. I think it's more likely we could see it more in, like the dog days of August when maybe we have some guys on the
Yeah.
IL and you want Rizzo to, start off the game with a good at bat, but two guys, I could see it.
Yeah, absolutely. And when Judge was primarily batting leadoff, that's because like more than half the Yankees team was hurt. Like there's no point of him batting, third. What like he had to bat leadoff in those situations, and then obviously at the end he was batting leadoff too. But I think Judge is great in the 2 or 3 hole. I think that's a really good spot for him. You want him with guys on base, and I think leadoff wouldn't be the best spot for him. So I like him at 2 and 3. And Rizzo, same thing. I kind of like him, in between Judge and Stanton to create some balance there. So I definitely think that's the best spot for him. So when it comes to Rizzo and Judge, I think they can bat leadoff. I think they could do a good job, although I don't think it's the best spot for them in their lineup. The other guy we got is Harrison Bader, the New York Yankees center fielder who burst onto the scene last year in the postseason, had an incredible postseason. It was magical. It was awesome. And Bader's a speedy center fielder. And why not have Harrison Bader lead off? And I really, really like this idea. He would be right up there with DJ as my guy to bat leadoff this season. He's speedy, and he can get on base, maybe steal a base or two, get in scoring position for Judge. He's a good base runner, and he does have a little bit of pop. Although in the postseason he had a lot of pop, so we'll see how it goes. And I think him batting leadoff, first full season with the Yankees, I think it'd be a really good spot for him.
Yeah, his on base percentage, it's not really what you want to see from a leadoff hitter. Like last year, a 245 with the Yankees, but that's not including the postseason. 2021, his best season probably 324. You probably want your leadoff guy getting on base a little more. So at least to start the season, I kind of like him more, in that 6-7 spot, speed, a little bit of pop lower down the lineup. But look, if he gets hot, I'm all for sliding him up and having him at leadoff because he's probably the fastest guy on the Yankees. Now, another interesting one is Oswaldo Cabrera. Now, he's not going to be the opening day leadoff hitter because he just got called up last year. But he's a guy who could definitely take over during the season if he fits his potential, which we know is there.
Yeah, absolutely. Switch hitter, top of the lineup. you got a switch hitter, and then you got Judge behind him. And then, the rest of the lineup follows suit. You got Rizzo, Stanton, so on and so forth. I think it could definitely be a good spot for him. Having a leadoff guy at the top of the lineup, Cabrera definitely can run well. I think he'd be a good spot for him as well. We saw it maybe a couple games last year where he was in the leadoff spot. So he's definitely someone that could, fill in, take over that leadoff spot. And I think he could do a good job.
Yeah. Another interesting one is Gleyber Torres. We saw this a few times, maybe more than a few times last year, and I don't hate the idea of it, Ryan. If anything, I almost feel like Gleyber Torres is becoming a little bit underrated. Uh, he is he's a really good hitter, and he's not the fastest guy, so he's not going to be stealing that many bases. But look, he can still swipe a few bags when you need him to, and he gets on base. I don't hate the idea of having Gleyber Torres bat leadoff. Of course, we have to see who he is because he's kind of like a streaky player. But look, if
Yeah,
Gleyber Torres is who he is, I'm all for it, Ryan.
I really like that idea, Christian. I do. I think Gleyber would be a really, really good leadoff hitter. The only concern I have is the streakiness, right? He's a streaky hitter. He's a streaky guy. Obviously, when he's struggling, you can bump him down. But when he's going good, he's a really, really good hitter. And if he's hot and you got him leading off and Judge behind him, he's going to see a lot of good pitches to hit. And he could really, really do some damage. So I do like it. The streakiness is a concern with me because when he gets in a funk, he goes out of the zone, chases out of the zone, and he's not as disciplined. But when he's going well, he's a really solid hitter, can provide you pop, and I think that would be a good spot for him.
And another thing with Gleyber Torres, I almost feel like he thrives a bit when he's higher up in that lineup. I just feel like sometimes when he falls down in that 5-6 spot, he almost just like tunes out a little bit mentally. Now this is pure speculation, but Gleyber is a very almost like emotional player. Around the trade deadline when there was rumors about him getting traded, he basically fell apart. So I like the idea of almost giving him confidence. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And the last guy that we have, really, DJ LeMahieu, he's my pick to be the leadoff hitter. Now, the question is, where is he going to play? You're going to have Gleyber starting at second. I would have him play over JD at third, but I think Josh Donaldson's going to be starting on opening day.
Well, Christian, the Yankees definitely like Josh Allen. They like his defense. They have some reasons to be optimistic for him this upcoming season. Maybe last year was a fluke, maybe it wasn't. We're gonna find out, but it looks like they're gonna roll with Donaldson. But DJ LeMahieu, I feel like, is the best pick right now to bat leadoff. Just because he has that experience. His first 2 years with the Yankees, that's where he hit almost every single day in the lineup was number one. Leading off, set the tone for Judge. And, Judge definitely, he's probably, what's the word? He's experienced having DJ bat in front of him. He knows what DJ's at bats are going to be like. And this is, I feel like, DJ's best spot in the lineup. And I get it. DJ's probably not going to play 7 days a week, maybe not even 6. But you can find someone else to bat lead off those games. But I think when DJ LeMahieu is playing, he should be a leadoff hitter for the Yankees in 2023.